Hello everybody, look what we have here. How you all doing, you lot? Hope you're all fine and dandy and absolutely loving life. Look what I've got on the bench. You've already seen it. It's the Kyosho Pure 10. It's a good little car. Now, I didn't have a transmitter for it before, did I? When I unboxed it and we started it up for the very first time, there was no transmitter. The person I bought it from on eBay said, "Oh man, I'm sorry, I forgot to send you the transmitter. I'll send it straight away." It wasn't sent straight away. It was a couple of days, and I had to ask him and say, "Have you sent it yet?" And he was like, "Oh my god, my dad is on post duties." And lo and behold, it was on the next day. It arrived today. So we have a transmitter. Just a basic, pretty basic transmitter, nothing special. I was expecting it to be broken because it arrived just in a plastic bag. No packing really, bit of bubble wrap and that was it. But it did survive, so we'll see if it actually works. And then we'll be able to go and give this a blast. Yes, I could have just put a different receiver in it and blasted it already, but I was far too lazy for that. Now we've got the transmitter that matches the receiver. So let's see what actually happens. Does the servos work? I don't know. Oh no. Something tells me that right, so I've stolen the bat trays out of another transmitter because obviously I can only use one car at once, so what's the point in having every single transmitter full of bat trays? But I still need a bat tray here for the good old receiver. So I thought to myself, let's just nick some out of here and I'll run one of these. What one shall I use? I'll use one of these and just stick a cable tie around it for now because I haven't got any hump packs. The only hump packs I've got one in the Savage, sorry, one in each Savage, and I'm certainly not taking that apart to get a hump pack out of there. And the other two hump packs that I've got, they're dead. I need to buy some more hump packs. But my god, are they expensive, man. You can buy hump packs for like 22 quid, but then if you go and look on even Amazon, eBay, they're like 7 quid, £7 for a bloody battery. It's just nah, I ain't paying that. So that's a lot of money for a battery. So I'm just going to use one of these. I'll stick a cable tie around it and that'll be fine. Don't worry about it after that. We'll stop fussing. Let's get the batteries put in and see what happens. Well, it may all be you know, a lost cause anyway, because I can't get the bloody thing to turn on. The transmitter works, but the receiver won't actually turn on. I'm beginning to wonder whether it's... I've tried several different of these, but I can't... I wonder if we've actually got enough power. These batteries might be flat. Let's go and get a multimeter and measure the voltage and see what we've got here for potential difference. So the potential here should be... Bloody Jesus. Should be about 6 volts. If we can ever get the bloody thing on there. Hold on. Right, we moved over to the device. The potential difference here, the potential should be, my friends, around about 6 volts ish. So we've got that there. Hang on. Come on, you bastard. I had it a minute ago. I didn't actually look at the reading because I wanted it to be a surprise. Oh, you bastard. Right, there we go. We've got that on there now. 5.88 volts, 5.89 volts. I reckon that's close enough to 6 to make that work. So I reckon there's an issue somewhere. And we can also double check that by using this that I thought I would wait just to see how many people were shouting at the screen saying, "Why don't you use a battery tester?" Anyway, that's 99% charged. Can we change the modes on this? We can. Cells 6S, 7S, 4S. That's what it is. 4 cells. Yeah, so it's 5.8. So there's enough power in there to power this up, but it ain't working for some reason, so we're going to try and find out what's the matter. It could be the switch. The switch is looking a little bit dicky, so let's try it without the switch. So all we've got to do to see if the switch is the problem is bypass the switch altogether. So this is the wire that comes from the switch and goes into the receiver. And as we can see, that one there, that clearly says BT, which is battery. So we need to get our battery and we need to plug it in, making sure that we get the negatives and the positives around the right way. Otherwise it won't work and we'll be standing there going, what the bloody hell's wrong with it? So that goes in there. Oh, I need 2 hands for it. Right, there we go. The issue is the switch, so I need to put a new switch on there, but that works. That's connected to there. We've got throttle, brakes, steering. Not much steering, mind you, but we have got steering. That's good enough. It's good enough for what we want. Right, let me put a different switch on and then we'll put it all together and get it ready for a first experiment. That looks like a nice switch, look. That looks like a good one. I don't need a charging switch because I'm not going to be doing any charging with it. I just literally want it as a switch to turn on and off. I'm not bothered about charging a battery pack or nothing, so I think I'll use this one. I'll tell you what, I must tell you, look, how much I appreciate all of you subscribers, because you're the people who watch these videos. You help me out massively. But the people now who are starting to join the memberships and become a channel member, and the people who are sending me super thanks, I'll tell you what, I'm saving every single penny of that, and I'm going to get a new camera, or I would try and get this one fixed, or get a new camera, and then I can actually film things properly. Because it's going to be the first thing I do once I get enough money. This camera I bought in 2015, but it's been used every single day since then, and it's definitely taken a beating, and it needs to be repaired. It's very unwell. So thank you very much, you lot. Appreciate every single one of you. But let's get this switch out. Put this new switch in here. I wonder if this is the reason why they sold it, because the switch is dicky, perhaps. That could be why. Let's undo this. So here we go, here's the old switch. I know the switch is no good. I'm not going to bother taking it apart and trying to repair it. I mean, it could just be the contacts, but it looks like someone's had it apart in the past. I did notice this earlier. It looks like someone's had that apart in the past, and they've sort of pried it apart. We could actually get it apart now, actually, maybe, and see if there's anything wrong on the inside of it. So basically, all the switches, for those of you that don't really know, a switch. Come on. There we go. So it's just contacts, and as it goes along, you've got the positive and the negative on these 2 poles here. Oh, this camera's not going to focus on it. It used to be really, really good, this camera. I mean, I used to just do things like that and it'd focus instantly, but over the past 8 years, as I say, it's had a lot of use. It's got thousands and thousands. It's probably got 10,000 hours on this camera. There's a lot of hours on it. And I do need a new one. But what happens is the little contacts wear on the inside of the switch. So when you move the switch, it moves on the... Oh, I'm going to give up showing you because it's never going to focus on it. Basically, all it is in there is little contacts. You move that, it moves the contact, either closes it or opens it. Stops. It's like a gate. Opens the gate, closes the gate for the electric. That's all it is. Very, very simple. Switches are simple. You'll learn how to do a switch in school anyway. It's something you learn in school. You don't need to go anywhere to learn a switch. You learn it in school. Right, let's get this one. I want the off and on to be the right way round. That goes down there like that. Lovely jubbly. Let's do the little screws up. If switches get wet, they go funny. You know, moisture gets in them, they go funny. You get switch cleaner, give them a clean up with a bit of switch cleaner. And I normally like to use this stuff. There's other stuff about. This is the stuff I normally use. Switch cleaner lubricant. It also lubricates the switches. This is good for any electrical connection, not just switches. Bloody hell, we're really not focusing on that. Really? Come on, Sony. There we go. Good stuff, really good stuff this, but any switch cleaner is probably good enough, but this is the one I go for. I'm running out of it, but I need to buy some more, really. That's good for ham radios, that's good for circuit boards, that's good for all sorts. Use that stuff on anything you want and it'll be more than good enough. So that's our battery in. This is our positive out. I need that to be that way round. That should then go in there. No problem. Well, it should. I might have to switch it over for a switch with a... What's this one? Got so many switches here. I might have to, because that's not going to fit very well in there. That's a fail safe. Nope, that's the same. There we go. That might be better. That might be better because that's got that 3-pin. The 2 pins. That's a charge switch there. Look, that might be handy for something. The 2 pins are all right. But sometimes if they won't fit in, you have to use a 3-pin. So this one should go in, just go straight in. It should do anyway. It won't. What a bastard. Alright. Might have to use this one. Either that, or what I'll do, see that one will go straight in there, that just fits straight in, that's what you want, it to fit straight in. Should be able to make this one work though. I might just have to cut that little bit off there and it'll fit in. The one thing I don't want to do is damage the little pins. You can see that's a bit wonky there. And the one thing I don't want to do is damage the little pins on this receiver. I know some of you are going to say, and just use it, blah blah blah. But I want it to be fine. So back in a minute. Right, I found this one here. I didn't even see it. It must have fallen down there, but I didn't even see it. You lot probably saw it, and you were probably like, "What about that switch there? That switch will work. Why don't we use that blue one there? What about the blue connectors? Why don't you use that one?" I bet you lot were saying that, but I didn't see it. Anyway, so I'll put that here. This is a good one. This one will work. So we can put all that back in there, and then let me just put this switch in here. So on and off. The off is that way round. That's good. Stick that in there. How's all your days been anyway? How's all your days been? I hope you've all been good. Hope all your days have been good. It's been lovely, isn't it? Eh? Lovely weather. Eh? Nice little bit of rain. Nice and hot. Nice little bit of rain. Yeah. Apparently it's going to be a bit of a heat wave. So apparently there's going to be a bit of a heat wave. Let's see what the weather is. Hang on. So today was actually pretty nice. Then we went down to a maximum of 17, but it felt really hot. A nice bit of rain, 80%, and we're going to be going, quite nice temperatures all week. So pretty looking forward to a nice bit of weather. I can't believe how nice it is. Perfect weather for Nitro. Absolute perfect weather for Nitro. Because it's not too hot that you're walking around absolutely sweating like a pig. But then again, it's not too cold. You're standing there thinking, why am I bloody doing this? Like, what is the point in me doing this? Like, why am I even here? Do you know what I mean? We all know there's nothing worse than that. There we go. That's working lovely. Turn that on. But nothing happens. There's no fail-safe at the moment, so we'll have to work out how to set the fail-safe up. Let me put all this tidily and then we'll carry on. Bloody hell. Took me a while to work that out. It took me a while to work this out, and then I went on the internet, went on the forum, on the, what's it again? On the MSUK RC forum, and found a post from 2007 when this apparently came out, this receiver and transmitter kit. And it turns out I was doing it right, but I think I was doing it in the wrong sequence. To set the failsafe, you have to hold the setup button and turn it on, then hold the setup button and turn it on, and press the brake and turn that off first, and then turn the transmitter off, and other bollocks, another different... Anyway, the failsafe wasn't set up. It just, wherever it was, when it went off and stayed full throttle, stayed wherever. But now we have... It's working, as I'm sure you can see. There we go. Right. And if I switch off said transmitter, here we go. We go to brake, which is what we want. We want it to go to brake when we turn it off. So let's switch that back on. That's good. Turn that off, turn that off. Let me have a tidy up and we'll start her up. Here we go. Oh, so I've still got to make an air filter, haven't I? So I'll make the air filter first. That'll probably be alright to run, you know, but I remember I did say, didn't I, that I was going to make a new air filter for it, so I'd better do it, otherwise I'll probably get some people go down my throat. Well, let me go get some scissors and we'll make up an air filter. Air filters are easy enough to make, you don't have to fanny around too much with them. So I'm just going to cut sort of a bit of a... Oh, these scissors ain't the best scissors, are they? Bloody Jesus. Nothing I have is ever really works. It just kind of ends up in my possession, and I just sort of keep it. So, there we go. That's a good enough air filter. We'll plonk that in there. Oh, that's lovely. Look at that. That looks brilliant. I mean, that's how they come out of the factory. Do you know, in China, where they probably make all air filters, the way they make them is they get oh, we've got two here, look. Oh, that's mad. The way they make them is they have a little Chinese person standing there with a pair of scissors and just cutting foam out. That's what they do. Anyway, right, let's primage. Don't really know if that's going in there or not. I think it is. Turn her on. Get the old glow starter out and see what happens. How well is the throttle servo set up? Not very good. So we need to adjust the trims. That's become very apparent. We need to adjust the throttle trims. So that's the throttle trim there. Look. Oh, that's going further up. Huh. That's back as far as it goes. Alright. That means we need to adjust the little Allen keys here. So, let this be a lesson for you lot that are always confused about this mumbo jumbo. What we got here? That's 2mm. I don't want bloody 2mm. don't think. I think I needed 1.5. So we want it so that, can you even see? I think you can, can't you? I don't know if you can bloody see that one or not, to be honest. Why aren't you not talking to me? Can you see or not? I think... Right, it's better. So at the moment, you can see the throttle there. That's brake, right? That's brake. Well, this should be tick over, right? Neutral, tick over. It actually moves the throttle and opens it slightly. Can you see that? Ready? Brake. Can you see the throttle is moving there? That should not be happening, alright? So to adjust that, I'm going to move this that way until I'm going to... Oh, bloody hell, you can't see. What? Why? This tripod is also 9 years old and it's had it. Right, so I've undone the little grub screw there and I've pushed the throttle all the way to the tick over closed position. Put that right up close to it, like that. The throttle is in a neutral position as well on the transmitter, and we do that up. Now, that is brake. Alright, it moves it ever so slightly, but it doesn't move it a hell of a lot. It shouldn't affect things too much. And we still get, we can take the air filter out to check, yep, we still get 100% full throttle. There's no discrepancy there. We definitely have full throttle. So we can put the old air filter back in. I know some of you are going to point out I should put some oil on the air filter. I will do when I feel like it later on. So now we've set that up. We've got full throttle and we've got brakes. I might have to move that ever so slightly now in that direction as well, perhaps. I might have to move this ever so slightly more there. There we go. And I can also, what's this? Zoom you out slightly so you can see what I'm doing. Now I'm just going to adjust this because I've just noticed the brakes aren't the best, so we can adjust that by doing that. Now that should mean so we know the brakes do work, so when they're in a neutral position they should be about there. Let's do that up. Brakes aren't really on. Put the brakes on. There we go. The brakes come on. They do work. When we're in a neutral position, no they're not. And when we're driving, no they're not. I'd say that's more or less good there. It might be rubbing ever so slightly, but I'm probably not going to be too worried about that. I'll undo it slightly just to please you lot, because I know some of you are going to get the ump over that. Right. Let's move you back and start her up again. So you lot didn't see any of that because my camera decided to stop recording and I didn't notice. So that's what happens quite a lot when I'm doing these now. The thing just stops recording and I lose a whole lot of stuff. Let's see, you can hear it running again. She's set up well enough. By no means perfect, but good enough. can hear it as she's warming up. Starting to get a bit higher on the tick over as she's warming up. Oh, too low. I think she runs well. Now we've got all the servos set up, receivers set up. She better go for a nice blast. Good old run. Give her a bit of a tune. We've got a good air filter in there now. I had to give her a bit of a rev because I could hear that there's a bit of a build up of oil in the crank. Probably a bit of rust. Other stuff probably got stuck in there. Some rat's towels and dog hairs and bits and bobs. So nice. The next time you see it, we'll be blasting up and down some tarmac. Remember, whatever you're doing, don't get stuck in the habit of overthinking any engine, any tuning of any nitro engine. Just get it going to where you're happy and just forget about it and don't think about the temperature, this and that. Just get it to where you're happy and just carry on. The next time you see this car, we'll be out on some tarmac. So thanks for watching, you lot. I need to get myself one of those, you know, those bags where you've got a handle and you can just put the stuff in. Now, backpack's alright for when I'm actually walking somewhere because I can put it on my back. But if I'm going in the car, it's handy to have a thingy bag. But they're like 40 quid, ain't they? So, I'll just have to make do with that for now. But she's all ready to go. Fuel is in the bottle. I'll see you tomorrow. I hope you lot are still thinking about buying those mystery boxes, by the way, from Luke's RC shop. If you haven't thought about it or whatever, go to Luke's RC shop and use the discount code HaggardRC. You get 10% off everything, plus the mystery boxes there. You definitely get your money's worth, that's for sure. Go and have a look. The link will be in the description to the website with the discount code. Get mystery boxes. He sells loads of Savage parts and other bits and bobs as well. Thanks for watching, you lot. See you later on.